This is Nemo. He's from Berlin, spent some time in LA in an art residency, and now we're lucky enough to have him here for some days before he has to go back to Germany.
Yes.
So I'm very excited that he's here. I want to know a little bit more about your background, Nemo. What was your childhood like? Tell us a little bit of context and background about your upbringing and that type of thing.
Yeah, I was born in Hamburg, and I grew up there until I was like 8 years old in a pretty rough neighborhood, to be honest. It was like St. Pauli. It's kind of like a red light district. And yeah, my mother moved out of there pretty quickly because I was a really sensitive boy. But it was like an artsy scene there. So, and then I moved to Lübeck. That's a smaller town also in the north of Germany. And yeah, I was raised there kind of from 13 till 18. And that's where I played a lot of basketball.
Nice.
Yeah, like semi-professional basketball, like 5 days a week practice, 2 games on the weekend kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I was in the music art scene first. Like, I didn't do painting all my life. I was a rapper before. Like,
nice.
I did rap music for like 15 years,
wow.
kind of. I started with like 16.
What parts of your background have influenced your artwork? How did you arrive at these wonderful paintings?
I think like one of the most influential persons is my mother, to be honest. She took me to so many galleries. I was like in Venice, like for the Berlinale in Venedig, like 3 times when I was small still. So beautiful. I saw a lot of art from an early age on.
That's
like
great.
All kinds of arts. I've been to a lot of different types of exhibitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do these images mean to you? Like, what is going on in the artist's mind and heart and soul when you're creating these?
Yeah, when I'm creating these, I need expression. Let's say it like this. I need to express myself. I really need it. Mm-hmm. So, and the images come to me. It's not like I'm sketching something before, I just work on it. There's no pause between. So I usually start on a blank canvas, and then there comes layers on layers and layers. And I think these are like my monsters, demons, my inner demons that I paint like on the canvas.
Amazing. What in essence are you mean when they're your inner demons, and where do they come from?
It's kind of hard to say, but
sure.
I lived like a moved life. I moved very often. So I've been to a lot of places in my life, in a lot, also like in hard environments. Mm-hmm. I used to live like in Berlin in the hardest neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, and I like that too.
Yeah.
So I also had like depressions. So, but I overcame them through art.
Amazing.
The other thing, like I used to be like so depressed because like my music didn't take off. Yeah. And then I started painting. Before I was like working for a pretty international artist. I can't say her name. I signed some NDAs. Yeah. But that's how I got in touch with like real art.
Yeah.
And I started doing it on my own. And after like 5 years it took off. There was like a gallery that came and saw my things, and then I had like my first solo exhibition.
That's great. Yeah. That's wonderful. So also I read something in your written statement, something about the internet being an influential, or just the information that your generation of people have all the time. Like so much information thrown at people who were basically born with phones in their hands since day one.
Yeah, the information is always there.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like we all are like media overloaded. Mm-hmm. So you see a lot of pieces of different kinds of stuff in my art, and especially here as well.
Yes.
So how should I say that? Ask again.
Just about the media and how you have how it's influenced like your way of being. Like how has it formed like your world? because I know that, I have kids a little bit younger than you, and they also were born with so much information, so much bombardment of information. I know that it has affected them, like in our day. Ruth can testify, Alberto can testify. We just turn off the television, or if there was someone calling us on the telephone and they said mean things, we hang up.
Yeah.
But that's not possible these days for people like your age and
you're
younger.
always present in the internet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. But we are all not present in the moment anymore.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, that's true.
I think it splatters the soul. That's also a part of it. Like, my work has like so many layers.
Yeah.
Sometimes like under this face there are more faces. It's not only one face.
Yes.
And then I keep some parts, and I think it's kind of like I mix what I see. Like everything I see all day long is like influencing my art.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And I'm also addicted to like Instagram,
Yeah, of course, as everybody.
I have to use it for my work as well, but still I'm like scrolling through it without intention.
Of course.
Without real intention. And then you have like these tiny bits of information you maybe remember, but you don't remember everything. And this influenced my art also as well, because like super overloaded, my mind is overloaded.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sensitive. So and this is like my way of like expressing what I'm feeling inside.
Those are great.
Yeah.
So tell us, you did these paintings while you've been here in the United States, while you've been in Los Angeles. Tell us a little bit about that experience of being in Los Angeles and how
super nice. I did like an art residency at the PCH. It was like the old Thelma Todd cafe. Maybe someone knows it, I don't know. Thelma Todd was like the Marilyn Monroe of the 30s, and she was killed in this building. Yeah, and I painted there. I painted like eight different paintings in like 2 months. And I think what is like the most nice part of LA is like the light is completely different. Like the sun stays higher, we are more near to the equator, so the light is just different, and I see the colors different here. So I was really inspired by that, and I worked on the ocean. That was also like a completely new experience. I never worked with looking or with a view on the ocean. It's kind of was a nice feeling. Also super privileged, of course.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, does anybody have any questions? Eva.
How do you know when a piece is done?
It's a feeling, I think. It's like, I can't tell when it's done. Sometimes I overdo it as well. Like, but the hardest part of painting is to know when you stop. First you work on your style, and then you overdo a lot of stuff, and then you kind of fuck it up. It's not nice anymore, so you have to start all over again.
It's great.
And then, at some point you feel the magic out of a piece, and you feel just like, okay, now it's finished. Like, I have to stop now. And then what I do also is like, I twist it around. Like, so I don't see it anymore, because then I have the feeling to do something on it again. I always want to take it further and further and better, and then at some points I don't. I just fuck it up.
So are these self-portraits?
I would say so. Some of them are self-portraits, especially this one.
Looks like they see the eyes.
That's great.
Yeah, and I love the eyes. Like, kind of like every piece of mine has eyes in it. There's no piece. Also was asked from a journalist in Germany why I always paint eyes. I can't tell you, but the eyes are like the window to the soul, kind of.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Like the most emotions come through the eyes, I would say. That's why I paint them.
That's great. Yes.
If you had to take only one piece in this gallery back home with you, which one is it?
Damn. I think this one Nobody
The one
sees
on the
no.
back.
Yeah, I like that one. It's pretty dark, and yeah, I like dark stuff.
Yeah.
Usually I paint with a lot of colors, but it still looks dark. So, and this one is just like black and white mostly. So it's kind of a new thing, and I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask if this color palette came out of your time in LA, or
Yeah.
is it, like, is it very different from the palette you would use at home, for example? And home is Berlin, right?
Yes.
So like, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It influenced, of course, my color palette. First, I was just like staying at the art residency and just like feeling the energy, feeling the vibes there. I didn't have any materials then. Was just like there for like 5 days, and then I started buying materials and making a plan what I wanted to do with the colors. But usually I just buy a lot of colors, so I have like the choice between everything, and paint with like a lot of materials. So it's oil paint, it's acrylic, it's wax, it's spray paint. Yeah, and I mix all these together.
Nice.
Yeah.
You might feel like as you're going on that month.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great.
So I'm curious, when you first started transitioning to painting, how did you first kind of get your work out there? Like, how did you get your momentum going out in the public?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not really that good in going out. That's also why maybe like my music career didn't take off. And yeah, I was basically like 5 years I didn't show anybody. I was just working on my style like all day long. And after a while I was like planning an own exhibition on my own, finding a place, finding a gallery to rent it. And then I was like inviting the father of a good friend of mine, he's a gallerist, because he should calculate the prices, because I didn't have a clue how much I can take for what I was doing. So, and then he came over and he just wanted to come over for like 30 minutes kind of thing. He was at my place for like 6 hours,
Wow,
I
that's
think,
great.
through the whole night. We drank so much. And like really like 1 week later, he called me and I got signed to the gallery.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's very good.
yeah.
Very nice. That's wonderful. Well, I guess once again, Eva, tell us.
What would you say to your family back home and the people that didn't believe that you would exhibit in Southern California?
No, my family believed in me.
Your family?
Yeah.
No?
100%.
Who cares about that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't say anything. I just let like my success speak for itself. Yeah, kind of.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's good. Yes.
What do you enjoy most, painting or rap or basketball or all?
No. I think it's a mixture. I don't play basketball anymore. Like my knees are done with. I really can't. I'm listening to a lot of music when I paint. So I think it's a mixture out of both. But I still write, and I'm writing on a poetry book right now, but it's in German. So yeah.
Well, we'll have to see some translations of that, I think.
Of course.
Yes. Well, you know, it's interesting because I talk a lot about art and about how it's so important to express, and that as humans, I think we're meant to do that. And having this gallery, even for the short time I've had it, there's been people that have come in and have cried, literal cried, that there's art, and that we're able to discuss this type of deep emotions in a setting, in any setting. And I think, this talk and all these art talks have that in common, that we are meant to be expressing, that we're meant to be using art, music, whichever, dance, anything, to get back to ourselves, to arrive back at our original selves. And so I'm really happy that we have this in common once again, and it's always going to be the commonality between all artists and all forms of expression. So thank you so much for telling us this
the new
deep things.
generations, as you just mentioned,
Yeah.
connect with the older generations through art because we don't have anything else in common but art.
But we learn from each other through art for certain. Yeah, it's true. Or like,
Become friends through the art.
yeah.
Or the music.
Or the music.
I also have some friends, painters of mine, like friends, they're like over 70.
Yes.
And yeah, I chill with them because they painters too. So
Yeah, the art,
yeah, exactly.
the expression.
I get invited in like crazy studios and then I chill there with like super old guys. We have like one artist in the gallery I'm working at. He's just like eating porridge and drinking champagne. This is
That's
his
great.
whole diet. It's his
That's
whole
good.
diet. He has like a freezer full of champagne. For
That's
real
great.
though, there's just champagne in it.
That's great.
And he eats porridge. This is the only thing he's
Wow.
consuming.
That's a
champagne
good
and
combination.
but it's funny, like through art you meet a lot of crazy people, and I also like
That's true.
this energy.
Yeah.
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 Because they're real. They're talking from the heart, from
Yes.
the soul,
Yeah.
from what they really think and what they really express.
Yeah.
They are not being told what to paint. That's
Yeah.
what
Exactly.
they are artists.
Yeah.
So that's that true you. And that's how we know you through your art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And yeah, what I also wanted to say, like I grew up without a father, so there was like pain always involved in my life, kind of, because I always had the feeling of there is someone, but I don't know him. And he died early, so there was not the chance to meet the person. And it's also doing art is, expression of my soul to handle this kind of situation, I think.
Very good. That's great. Fantastic. Well, if anybody else, then I guess. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful.